Welcome to the Ultimate Sports Blog Podcast. Today's Friday, October 26, 2018. Today I'm going to recap last night's NFL game between the Texans and the Dolphins, go over the 5 college football games on last night's slate, go over all the NBA and NHL, head to tonight's games, make picks for the weekend throughout the podcast and all the sports that are going on, and I'll close it out by making a pick for Game 3 of the World Series tonight. Alright. To the NFL we go. Thursday Night Football. The Texans feed the Dolphins 42-23. Houston's 5-3. Miami's 4-4. Big win for Houston. Deshaun Watson 16-20, 239 yards and 5 touchdowns. Brock Osweiler 21 of 37, 241 yards and the pick. College. Some interesting results. Number 13, West Virginia defeated Baylor 58-14. Impressive win for the Mountaineers, bouncing back from a dreadful loss at Iowa State 2 weeks ago. And then last week they had a bye. They're 6-1 and Baylor is 4-4. Ohio defeats Ball State 52-14. Ohio's 5-3, Ball State's 3-6. Toledo defeats Western Michigan 51-24. Toledo 4-4, Western Michigan 6-3. Georgia Southern defeats number 25 Appalachian State 34-14. Big win for Georgia Southern as they go to 7-1. App State is 5-2. Georgia Tech defeats Virginia Tech 49-28. Impressive win for the Yellow Jackets as they get to 4-4. Virginia Tech is 4-3. NBA. Only 4 games on the slate last night. The Pistons defeated the Cavs 110-103. Detroit's 4-0 and Cleveland's 0-5. Andre Drummond had a 20-20 game, 20 points, 22 rebounds in 37 minutes. Blake Griffin, 26 points, 10 rebounds in 36 minutes. Reggie Jackson, 16 points in 23 minutes. The Cavs really didn't do much. George Hill, 15 points in 23 minutes. Rodney Hood, 10 points in 30 minutes. Off the bench, Jordan Clarkson in 21 minutes. He had 18 points. Kyle Korver, 21 points in 22 minutes off the bench. Colin Sexton, 14 points and 5 assists in 25 minutes off the bench. The Blazers defeated the Magic 128-114. Nice win for Portland to avoid the trap. They're 3-1. Orlando's 2-3. Damian Lillard had a phenomenal game. 41 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists in 36 minutes. CJ McCollum, 22 points in 29 minutes. Zach Collins off the bench, 17 points and 6 rebounds in 18 minutes. Orlando signed Nikola Vucevic, 24 points and 11 boards in 31 minutes. Aaron Gordon, 17 points and 4 boards in 28 minutes. Evan Fournier, 17 points on only 6 for 16 shooting in 31 minutes. Tyson Ross off the bench, 21 points in 29 minutes. The Celtics defeated the Thunder 101-95. Good win for Boston as they get to 3-2. OKC is still winless at 0-4. Jason Tatum, 24 points and 6 rebounds in 34 minutes. Al Horford, 19 points and 9 boards in 31 minutes. Kyrie Irving, 15 points and 5 boards and 5 assists in 34 minutes. Marcus Morris off the bench, 21 points in 30 minutes, also had 10 boards. Russell Westbrook did not have a good game, 5 for 20 shooting, 13 points, 15 boards, and 8 assists in 32 minutes. Paul George didn't have a good game either, 22 points and 8 boards on 7 for 22 shooting in 36 minutes. The Lakers defeated the Nuggets 124-114. Good win for the Lakers as they get to 2-3. Denver's 4-1. That's their first loss of the year. LeBron James had a triple-double, 28 points, 11 boards, 11 assists in 35 minutes. Kyle Kuzma, 22 points in 34 minutes. JaVale McGee, 21 points, 7 boards in 32 minutes. Lonzo Ball and Josh Hart had 12 points each in 33 and 32 minutes respectively. Lance Stevenson off the bench, 12 points, 4 boards, 4 assists in 25 minutes. Meanwhile, for Denver, Nikola Jokic, 24 points, 11 boards in 33 minutes. Jamal Murray, 22 points, 10 rebounds in 34 minutes. Monte Morris off the bench, 20 points and 7 assists in 27 minutes. Tonight's games, 7 o'clock Bulls-Hornets. Those two teams already faced off recently, and the Bulls won. So it's the second of a home and home. 7:30 on NBA TV, you have the Warriors and the Knicks. Many people speculating that the Knicks could land Kevin Durant this summer, so that's a little bit of an intrigue right there. Mavericks, Raptors, Clippers, Rockets at 8 o'clock. Also 8 o'clock, Bucks, Timberwolves, Nets, Pelicans, and 10 o'clock on NBA TV's Wizards, Kings. By the way, Chris Paul back for Houston tonight. Meanwhile, James Harden is out. Hockey. A lot of games last night. Just going to go through these quick. Bruins defeat the Flyers 3-0. Bruins go to 6-2-2. Phillies 4-6. Number 1 started the game with 26 saves and a shutout, Yaroslav Halak. Number 2 started the game with 2 goals, Zdeno Chara. Number 3 started the game, didn't have a point, but just had a good game, Brandon Carlo. The Sabres defeated the Canadiens 4-3. Good win for Buffalo as they get to 6-4. Montreal's 5-2-2. Number 1 started the game with 2 goals, Jason Pominville. Number 2 started the game with 2 assists, Jake McCabe. And the number 3 started the game with 3 assists, Jeff Skinner. The Preds defeated the Devils 4-3 in overtime on a goal by Kyle Turris, who is the number 1 starter of the game with a goal and assist, as Nashville improves to 8-2-0. New Jersey's 4-2-1. Number 2 started the game with 2 goals, Nico Hischier. Number 3 started the game with 3 assists, Kyle Palmieri. The Jackets defeated the Wild 7-4, as Columbus goes to 5-4. St. Louis goes to 2-4-3. Number 1 started the game with 2 goals, Boone Jenner. Number 2 started the game with 2 goals, Anthony Duclair. Number 3 started the game with 3 assists, Artemi Panarin. The Wild defeated the Kings 4-1, as the Wild go to 5-2-2. LA's 2-7-1. Number 1 started the game with 2 assists, Ryan Suter. Number 2 started the game with an assist, Michael Foligno. Number 3 started the game with a goal, Jonas Brodin. The Blackhawks defeated the Rangers 4-1. The Blackhawks go to 6-2-2. The Rangers go to 3-6-1. Number 1 started the game with 18 saves on 19 shots, Corey Crawford. Number 2 started the game with a goal, Patrick Kane. And number 3 started the game with 33 saves on 36 shots, Henrik Lundqvist. The Stars defeated the Ducks 5-2. Dallas is 5-4. Anaheim's 5-5. The number 1 started the game with 2 goals and an assist, Jason Dickinson. The number 2 started the game with a goal, Miro Heiskanen. And the number 3 started the game with 2 goals, Ryan Getzlaf. The Penguins defeated the Flames 9-1 as they go to 5-1-2. Calgary is 5-5. Number 1 started the game with 2 goals, Patrick Hornqvist. Number 2 started the game with 2 goals, Phil Kessel. Number 3 started the game with a goal and 2 assists, Sidney Crosby. The Oilers defeated the Capitals 4-1. The Oilers are 4-3-1. The Caps are 4-3-2. Number 1 started the game with a goal and assist, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Number 2 started the game with a goal, his first NHL goal, Evan Bouchard. Number 3 started the game with 31 saves on 32 shots, Cam Talbot. The Coyotes defeated the Canucks 4-1. Arizona's 5-4-0. Vancouver's 6-5-0. Number 1 started the game with a goal, Clayton Keller. Number 2 started the game with 27 saves on 28 shots, Darcy Kemper. And the number 3 started the game with the goal, Alex Gilligoski. Tonight's games, you got 4 of them on the board. 6 o'clock start for Lightning and Golden Knights, 7:30 NHL Network, Jets, Red Wings. Sharks, Canes at 7:30, and 9 o'clock you have the Sens and the Avalanche. I'm going to breeze through my picks for college football and NFL for weeks 9 and 8, respectively, in each sport. I'm going to start with college, and I'm going to start with tonight's slate. I'm not actually going to say the point spread over-under unless I'm picking them because I'm just not have the time to do it for today. You have Louisiana Tech at FAU, 6:30 CBS-SN. Lane Kiffin absolutely needs this game, and I think he gets it. So give me FAU. I'm going to take the over 58 for the podcast, though. Miami at Boston College, 7 o'clock ESPN. This game would have been more intriguing if these two teams hadn't dropped a few games combined. That said, A.J. Dillon leads the Eagles to a big win here. Give me Boston College. They're getting 3.5. Indiana at Minnesota, 8 o'clock on FS1. The Golden Gophers absolutely have to have this game, and I believe they'll get it. Give me Minnesota straight up and over 54.5. Wyoming at Colorado State, 10 o'clock CBS Sportsnet. Colorado State's winning that game. I think they'll cover the -2. Number 23, Utah at UCLA, 10:30 ESPN. Chip Kelly pulls off another upset as they get above 500 in league play. So give me UCLA and give me over 54.5. Saturday games. You have number 2 Clemson at Florida State, 12 o'clock at ABC. This is not the Seminoles of old, and this game won't be that close. No Clemsoning here. So give me Clemson and the -16.5. Number 20, Wisconsin at Northwestern, 12 o'clock on Fox. Trap game for the Badgers, sleepy start time, and give me the Cats to pull off the home upset. So give me Northwestern and give me the +7. Vanderbilt at Arkansas, 12 o'clock SEC Network. Give me Vanderbilt and also, so give me the -1.5. I wasn't sure if they were favored or not because I saw line movement there. Texas Tech at Iowa State, 12 o'clock on ESPN2. Give me Iowa State and give me the -3. Wake Forest at Louisville, 12 o'clock on the ACC Network. Wake Forest is winning this game outright, and they're an underdog, and it's hard to believe that they're an underdog. They are getting points. And how many are they getting? They are getting 2.5. UMass at UConn. This is a terrible game. 12 o'clock on ESPNU. Give me UConn outright, and they're getting 5. Army at Eastern Michigan. 12 o'clock on the CBS Sports Network. This is a pick'em, and give me Army. Purdue at Michigan State, 12 o'clock on ESPN. Letdown game for the Boilermakers after their big win over the Buckeyes. That's unfortunate because I really think that the story with Tyler Trent is fantastic. But I just have a feeling that they get picked off here on the road against a Sparty team that I think's under a little bit of pressure. So give me Sparty minus, I believe the number is 2, but it could have gone down. Yeah, it's still at 2. Central Michigan and Akron, 12 o'clock on ESPN3. I like Akron, and I think they cover the minus, I believe it's 5. Actually, no, 4.5, much better. Bethune-Cookman at Nebraska, 12 o'clock on the Big Ten Network. Give you Nebraska. There's no gambling play there because that's an FCS opponent in Bethune-Cookman. North Carolina at Virginia. Give me Virginia here. They're laying 9, and I think they win by double digits, so I believe they'll cover. Southern Miss at Charlotte, 2 o'clock on ESPN3. I think Southern Miss wins, but Charlotte covers the big number, which is, I believe that's 7. Coastal Carolina at Georgia State, 2 o'clock on ESPN+. Give me Coastal Carolina minus the 3.5, and I obviously think they win. TCU at Kansas, 3 o'clock on Fox Sports 1. Give me TCU and the minus 13.5. Oregon State at Colorado, 3 o'clock on the Pac-12 Network. Give me Colorado to win and the under 63.5. Number 9 Florida versus number 7 Georgia from Jacksonville, 3:30 on CBS. This should be a fun one from Jacksonville with game day on hand. The winner of this game in all likelihood is going to the SEC championship game, and I like the Bulldogs in this spot. over Dan Mullen's team. So give me Georgia to win the game, but I like under 52. Kansas State at number 8, Oklahoma, 3:30 on Fox. Give me the Sooners at home. And give me over 64. Number 18, Iowa at number 17, Penn State, 3:30 on ESPN. This is a big spot for the Hawkeyes, and if they're going to get a win here, they'd put themselves in the conversation for the Big Ten title and the college football playoff, perhaps. I say they don't get the job done in State College as Penn State gets a much-needed home victory. So give me Penn State and give me over 52.5. Number 21, South Florida at Houston, 3:30 ABC and ESPN2. The Bulls are ranked, but that will go away after they suffer their first loss of the season at the hands of the Cougars, who should be ranked next week after a win. In the college football playoff rankings, too. So give me Houston, and I think they cover the 7. Arizona State at USC, 3:30 ABC. Clay Helton absolutely needs this game, or else who knows, he might get axed. Yeah, JT Daniels might play, but might not play, but this is an important game for the Trojans. I think they win, and the play here, instead of going with the Trojans to cover, I think that instead I am going to pick the over, even though the quarterback isn't playing. Right now, I'm sorry, the under, because the quarterback isn't playing. As far as I know, the game's off the board. So whatever the under is, I think it settles in the 50s or whatever. So give me the under, whatever it is. Illinois at Maryland, 3:30 on the Big Ten Network. Give me Maryland in that spot. And also give me the over 52.5. Duke at Pitt, 3:30 on the ACC Network. Pitt has pulled off some home upsets this year. I think they'll pull off another one. They're getting 2.5. Middle Tennessee at Old Dominion, 3:30 on ESPN+. Give me Middle Tennessee to win. And I like them to cover the -4. Northern Illinois at BYU, 3:30 on ESPNU. I like BYU to win, but Northern Illinois is a better team than given credit for, so I think they'll cover the 7. Cincinnati at SMU, 3:30 on CBS Sportsnet. I want to pick the outright upset with the Stanks here, but I don't have the balls to do it. Bearcats win a close one on the road. So give me Cincinnati. By the way, the over-under for the USC game is at 52, so I'm going to take the under there. But where I left off was Cincinnati at SMU. I'm going to take SMU plus the 8.5 as the podcast play. Number 12, Kentucky at Missouri, 4 o'clock on the SEC Network. The Tigers get a much-needed win here. That's not really an upset because they are a big favorite. So give me Missouri there, and I think they cover the number. I believe it's at 7, and it is. New Mexico at Utah State at 4 o'clock. Give me Utah State to win the game. And I think they'll cover the 20.5, but I think that line went up. If it did, I am going to switch. No, I like it better at 20, so there you go. Rice at North Texas, 4 o'clock on ESPN+. Give me North Texas to win. But I like the under 55. Number 15, Washington at Cal, 4:30 on the Pac-12 Network. I think Washington wins. Game's closer than expected, so give me Cal plus the 11.5. UNLV at San Jose State, 6:30. I can't believe San Jose State's a favorite in this game. I'm taking UNLV plus the 3 to win the game outright. 14, Washington State at 24 Stanford, 7 o'clock on Fox Sports 1. Letdown game for the Cougars after their big win over Oregon. Cougs Cougat and the Cardinals get a big win. So give me Stanford, and I think they covered the 3. Number 16, Texas A&M at Mississippi State, 7 o'clock ESPN. The Bulldogs have been very Jekyll and Hyde this year. The Aggies are the safer bet here on the road. So give me Texas A&M. I believe they are getting 2. So give me all the points, no matter what the number is. I think they're winning this game outright. Number 22, NC State at Syracuse, 7 o'clock on ESPN2. Trap game for the Wolfpack, and Dino Babers' squad becomes bowl eligible already. So give me Syracuse here. They're getting 2 points. Boise at Air Force, 7 o'clock on CBS Sportsnet. Boise State's winning this game. And I think they cover the 9. Arkansas State at Louisiana, 7 o'clock on ESPN+. Give me Arkansas State, and I think they cover the 3 easily. Tulane at Tulsa, 7 o'clock on ESPNU. Give me Tulsa, and I think they cover the 2. Or it could be 2.5. Whatever it is, I take it to cover. New Mexico State at Texas State, 7 o'clock ESPN3. I can't believe Texas State is favored in this spot. Give me New Mexico State plus the 3, and I think they win the game outright. UAB at UTEP, 7:30 ESPN+. UAB is winning this game against a very inferior team in UTEP. And I think this will go under 49.5. Tennessee at South Carolina, 7:30 on SEC Network. Give me South Carolina. But this is a hard call in terms of picking a side or a play for this game. Give me over 54.5. Both of these teams have been scoring points lately. FIU at Western Kentucky, 7:30. Give me FIU to win, and I believe they'll cover the number, and I believe they are minus 3.5. Yeah. Number 3, Notre Dame at Navy. Against Navy in San Diego, 8 o'clock on CBS. Give me Notre Dame here. The point spread is very big. I think Navy covers the 24. I think this is at least a 20-point game. So I think Navy covers. Number 6, Texas at Oklahoma State, 8 o'clock ABC. What a great game here. The Cowboys have been up and down all season. I think they'll get a big win here to hand their Longhorns their first Big 12 loss of the season. So give me the Cowboys. They're getting 3.5. They'll win this game outright. Number 19, Oregon at Arizona, 10:30 ESPN. If Khalil Tate plays here, the Wildcats have a real chance to pull off an upset. I say he plays, but Justin Herbert and the Ducks survive on the road. Give me Oregon, but Arizona to cover the 9.5. Hawaii at Fresno State. Give me Fresno State. I think Hawaii covers the 24.5, though. San Diego State at Nevada. I love Nevada in the spot. I think they pull off the outright upset. And they are getting, I believe the number is 2.5 against San Diego State. And it is. I'm going to try to breeze through the NFL real quick. First up is Philadelphia and Jacksonville. I'm not going to do these game descriptions and whatnot. I'm just going to give you the score in my play. I think Philly wins 27-20. They cover the 3. Cleveland at Pittsburgh, I have Pittsburgh winning 36-20, so I think the 8, I think the Browns can get a cover or a push, so give me the over 49. Denver at Kansas City, I have the Chiefs winning by a score of 30-16 over their division rivals. So I think they'll get the cover at 9.5. The Jets at the Bears. I have the Bears winning 30-17. So give me the Bears to cover the 8. I think that's a double-digit win. This is the most dumbfounding line of the week. The Redskins and the Giants are sitting at a pick'em. I think Washington wins this going away by a score of 34-20, and I think that game isn't even that close. I think the Giants score a touchdown at the end to make it respectable. With all their trades and whatnot, that team's a disaster. Give me Washington in the pick'em. That is the lock steal of the week. I don't get why the Giants, after trading away players on their team, are a pick'em. Yeah, they're home, but how? I'm sick of the Giants. Seattle at Detroit. I think this is an upset spot. This is Seattle's first game since the passing of Paul Allen. They'll play inspired. They'll get a road win in Detroit, 27-23. Give me the 3 points. They're winning this game outright. Tampa at Cincinnati. I think the Bengals win this game by a score of 33-24. I think they'll cover the 3.5 easily. I just think they're the better team. Baltimore at Carolina. I don't get why Baltimore is favored in that spot. Give me the Panthers to win this game by a score of 30-27. I don't even need the 2.5, so they'll win this game outright. Indy at Oakland. I don't feel good about this pick whatsoever. Give me the Colts 31-17. They'll cover the 3 easily. San Francisco at Arizona. I have 20-17 Niners. Niners are laying 1. They'll cover. Green Bay at the Rams. I have the Rams winning by a score of 36-23. I think they win by double digits, so give me the -9.5 there. The best game of the weekend, New Orleans at Minnesota. It's a pick'em. I don't get why this is a pick'em. Minnesota should be favored by 3, and I think Minnesota wins this game by 3 points. 27-24 Vikings. If this was Minnesota -3, I probably would lean towards the under 52, but it's a pick'em. So give me the Vikings. And Monday night, New England at Buffalo. New England's winning this game going away, 37-19. They'll cover the big number. And quickly, World Series Game 3, you have Rick Porcello against Walker Buehler. I think the Dodgers get on the board tonight with the win. I hope you guys have a nice day.